man Rufio. What's the word, baby boy?
Ain't much going on, brother. How you feeling?
Man, I feel amazing, man. I feel amazing. I'm loving the feedback, the views, comments, the likes. I'm just loving all of it, man. I'm like on cloud 9. You know, B-side Bodega, man. We just taking off.
Word. Where we at right now, man?
Well, we at Stems and Vines, 326 North Charles Street, Baltimore, Maryland. A black-owned business. They sell plants. They have libations, a nice little lounge area, music, soft music. Right now we got Jasmine Taz by Gangstar playing, and it's just a whole vibe. So big shout to Quincy for showing love and just providing a new home for the B-side Bodega.
Word, Stem and Vines.
Stem and Vines.
Okay. All right, man. What you got on? What you got on your feet today, brother?
Man, I took it back, the Bo Jacksons, and this colorway is for a reason. First day of the playoff, Knicks, baby. And that's what we doing, y'all. The orange and blue.
Word. Okay.
What you got going on there, Rufio?
Man, I got some air raids, brother. Like these joints, I know they dropped originally in 1992.
Okay.
And I want to say Spike Lee, had a little involvement with the promotion of these. I don't know if they had anything to do with any of the movies that he was doing, but I remember the commercial. Tim Hardaway and Spike Lee. I actually watched them for a while and grabbed them from StockX, man.
Yeah, them joints are clean.
Yeah.
So yeah, y'all, the B-side Bodega, the man DJ Pop Rizzy, AKA Mr. Roper. Got my man.
The Rough.
And thanks for tuning in. Enjoy the show.
All right.
Well, it's the B-side Bodega, you know the movement is major. We get it from the ground and don't be asking for no favors. A crew of creators staying fly with the flavors going hard, cause we building a dynasty like the Lakers. No haters could ever stop us or ever top us. We took over the world and left the rest of it behind us. And you were very lucky to find us, because some of the greats approve, and I pity you who declined us. We get into the mix discussing music and fashion, then we touch on current events and other things that be happening. Yeah, you could learn a lot from hanging out with these guys. The Bodega on the B-side, The B-side.
Yes, it's the ultrasonic boom fresh. It's your main man, DJ Pop Rizzy, AKA Vinny Barbarino. You know what I mean? And I got on my left side, my main man, 50 Grand.
Ruff is in the building. And to the right of you, we got...
You got the FemC Life, AKA Life the Oracle.
East Baltimore's own, Royale, we in the building.
Word.
Thank y'all for having us.
No, listen, it was my pleasure. Thank you for having your presence here. So we appreciate that. It's definitely all love.
We can curse, right? Yeah.
Huh?
We can curse.
Yeah,
It's not Easter yet.
we ain't
Right, we good.
We ain't monetized.
No,
We ain't monetized yet, so.
the B-side Bodega, yo, we in here, man. It's a pleasure to be here. Hip
Oh,
hop.
man.
Thank y'all for having us again.
It's a pleasure to have you guys here. I know you guys' resume is pretty extensive, and thank you. So the B-side Bodega, it's an organic experience where we talk about anything hip hop culture related. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much it, Rufio. What you got going on, man? What's new in your world?
Ain't much, man. Just staying on top of this YouTube, trying to get monetized. I see that we got 3,000. We hit 3,000 views recently.
Wow.
3,000.
Yeah.
Stacks.
Yeah.
3 stacks, like Outcash.
Yeah.
Right.
Out to that. Yeah.
We doing it. We up to we got a few more subscribers, but we need so many more. So
Yeah.
keep hitting them.
Hit that button.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We will
I
get
think
there.
that like button. Man.
We will definitely get there. Like I was telling my main man that I got a very important inbox this morning. A legend inboxed me,
Yeah.
and it was so
Shout out
random.
to the legends.
Yeah, and I can't
Yeah.
disclose his name just yet.
Yeah.
But man, that just solidified the fact that we on the right trajectory. You
Niggas
know
is
what I'm saying?
networking, man.
Right,
For real.
right.
If you build it, they will come.
They
You know
will
what I mean?
come,
You
that's
remember
right.
the beginning of the Roots joint? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you play the shit people will like, then people will come.
Yes,
Nigga,
indeed.
that's just it. That's it. That's all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, shout out to Roots.
So what you got going on, Jay? I mean,
man.
your name is ringing, brother.
I mean, yo, this right here, right now, this is the biggest thing I have popping. Sitting right here with you fellas and the queen right here. But yo, we just been busy in the studio, project after project. We've been pressing up physicals. You know, I brought some gifts, you know what I'm saying, some vinyl, some cassettes. And you know, right now, the latest project that we about to put on DSPs is called Jack for the City.
Okay.
The G Money Wells perspective. And you know, I always, you know, do conceptual, you know, concept albums. So this particular one, we was tapping into New Jack City just out of the perspective of G Money. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, everybody knew that Nino was the egotistical, you know, the world is mine, but you know what I'm saying? It's like G Money's part in it. It's like, oh, what did people feel about that? And did people, you know, delve into that, you know, the right way, and that they see things from his perspective. So we wanted to speak on, you know, the number one henchman and how he felt about, you know, his comrade, really just kind of like taking his idea, his woman, and eventually his life. You know what I'm saying? So we wanted to speak on that musically. So we put that together, and right now we got the first single, which is called Fact or Fiction, featuring Tech from the Cocoa Brothers. That got a video that's outside, yeah, very dope. And we got a joint called the J&D Haven. And that's, you know, yeah, that's a story within itself.
Wow.
So, they the two singles that's popping, and look forward to seeing it on DSPs. And like I say, we pressing it up on vinyl,
Okay.
and cassettes and CDs.
So the first single that you pushing right now, is that on YouTube?
Yeah, it's on YouTube.
So-
It's popping right now.
Yeah.
We went to Brooklyn. We went to Static Selectors
Hey.
studio.
Bushwick.
Yeah, Bushwick. Yeah, shout out to that. Yeah, spread love is the Brooklyn way.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? We just pulled the cars up, Munch. My son Munchie, you know, Munch Weekend Entertainment, he got his cameo in there. You know what I'm saying? If you look at it, my man is in there, Flash, you know what I'm saying? So, yo,
Okay.
it was a dope situation. Shout out to Tech. And shout out to everybody that was involved in the album. It was dope, it was conceptual, it was fun putting it together, and just hearing everybody's perspective. I think, you know what I'm saying, that brings it together, and it's like the experience means the most to me. It's like whatever they feel about it is that, but the experience with me and
I
my
agree.
yeah, man, when we go through
Yeah.
in the studio, putting it together piece
Yeah.
by piece, and the fun we have, and you know what I'm saying, laying shit down, it's like that's what matters most to me.
We're gonna make sure we put that link in the description
Yeah,
so
please
everybody
do,
can go
man.
check that
it
out.
Check out RJ Royale Music and Life the Fancy, man. We out here working.
Yeah,
You know,
well, I see that, man.
Baltimore hip hop is alive, man. Yeah. So.
Yeah, well, man, that's amazing. I love to see it, man. And you see people that put out bodies of work, right?
Right.
And it just be like basura.
Ah,
That means trash in Puerto Rican.
You said it. I
But-
said it.
And you know, I ain't calling out no name, but see,
Yeah.
what you putting out is real quality product, man. And I could definitely appreciate it as a DJ, you know.
And when I you know, I'm a hip hop enthusiast, man. Like, you know, it's my life. You know what I'm saying? So it's like actually delving into my lane, and you know what I'm saying, putting out like my output of music. It could be high, but the impact is what I'm looking for. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I'm very comfortable in my lane. I'm very comfortable with what it is that we're doing. And you know, when you're comfortable in your line of work, it's not about the cloud. It's not about the brag and the posing. I don't always have to be seen, but the work being in the street,
Right.
and then the barber shops, and then the talk, and then the nigga news. As long as I'm in the nigga news, now my job is done. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, as long as I'm, you know, I feel like I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing when you have, you know, Ghostface following you, and Raekwon's, salute and the
That's
freestyles.
love.
Yeah, check out the brand. You know what I'm saying?
That's love.
So it's like, yo, when you get those, those big ups from those type of entities, it's like, all right, I'm doing something right. But it's like, we almost there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like I'm always almost there, and it's cool with me because it just means, it's more work to be done. A lot of people say like, yo, I'm proud of what you've done, or I'm proud of your movement. And I'm just like, yo, I appreciate that. There's so much ground we gotta cover still,
Yeah. So as you can see, the aesthetics of the show kind of changed up. So before I proceed, I have to send a big shout out to my main man Quincy at Stems and Vines. They're located on 326 North Charles. Please believe when I tell you, this place is a vibe. They got beautiful plants all over, libations, artwork, and don't take my word for it, please. Yeah, it's definitely a vibe. So gentlemen, you might want to bring your lady over here. Trust me, she's gonna appreciate it. So back to our regularly scheduled program.
Yeah.
So Jay, you're making a lot of noise right now, and I see you got a nice little discography of music.
Yeah.
So you have any shows coming up? Like where you at? What you got coming up?
Well, yeah. Right now, we just did. My man Pro Dillinger had the Dirt tour. We did that off Bel Air Road. It was a lit situation. We got a lot of footage of that. You can find that on IG. We're gonna get into where to find all that. And in May, I have a show coming up in Philly. And I usually be having my homeboys along with me, God Graham. Shout out to God Graham, Raph Almighty, DJ Elijah. We be doing a lot of moving around, man, just live shows. And, just pressing up the merch and, like CDs, because like we just running the whole situation just, through the Bandcamp and through the Spotify and all that, you know what I mean? We shoot videos. A lot of our clientele comes from overseas. So, you know what I'm saying? We just shipping the movement, clicking shit like Jeff Bezos and them guys or something.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Amazon something.
So I see you got some treats up
Yeah,
on
man.
man.
Like I say, I got my hands on this criminal discourse, and I actually bought this. You know what I'm saying? DJ. Show host, so I bought these for you guys, you know what I'm saying? And I want the people to get into it, you know what I'm saying? It's the whole album. And like I say, we press up our own vinyls, we press up cassettes, real 90s shit, you know what I'm saying? So what we got here is just like, it's just an album, and it's like the theme to this, like I do a lot of conceptual albums, like I was saying, and this is like the evolution of the trap phone. You know what I mean? Everybody has a trap phone, but the trap phone started as the pay phone. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? This is the only communication at that point in time. From the jails to the streets, from the trap to the gas. So it's like we started at the pay phone all the way up, the phones being tapped. You know what I'm saying? It's just a long story of the digital phone tapping, the trap phones, the beepers, wired, money and all that. So yeah, it's a dope situation. We got Saigon on there, we got AZ on there, we got Hoochie Rap on there, we got a lot of legends that accompany me on this joint, and I really wanted you guys to have it.
Man, no, that's peace. Thank you so much.
Man, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, the narrative, I'm Gary, y'all so glad.
Look, I'm gonna need your little autograph on this, you know
bro.
what I mean?
Yeah, man, but that's just a glimpse of what,
classic, some nostalgia.
It's just a glimpse of what we be putting together, on the home front. So Much Media, Much is my son. And, that's the LLC. So we started with the music. And while everybody is going the digital route and, counting their little pennies from the streams, we pressing up our own vinyls, cassettes, you know what I'm saying, CDs. And it's like for the collectors that, want the autograph and something tangible from an artist that you love, you know what I'm saying? After you finish at a dope live show, you want people to come to your merch table and not only copy your flyer, shirts and so forth. You want them to walk away with a piece of your music or something. All that's coming back. you know what I'm saying? So yeah, we just trying to capitalize off of, organic hip hop, you know what I'm
So
saying?
let's say they're at a show, right?
Let's say,
Well, let's say they're not at a show
okay.
and they want the merch. How can they get it?
So what you would do is you would say, God damn, I heard that show was fire. That J Royale show was fire. But I wasn't there. Dumb nigga. So yeah, man, what you want to do is you want to get on IG, you want to click the link in my bio, you want to show you all of my fly merch, and you could go on there, you could double tap the Criminal Discourse cassette, you could double tap the Criminal Discourse vinyl, and you could get your OBI strips and all that, and you could get the whole collector's set, and we'll ship it to you. We'll have it to you within the next, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, that's how we've been moving. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
Everything's been working out great. And like I say, the output of music, now we just gotta up the ante on the output of music. So we just been buried in the studio, knocking shit out. You know what I'm saying? So
Well, next time you do a video, right? Holla at me. I'm gonna be the Puerto Rican
Say
dude in the
less,
bodega
man.
selling loosies.
see,
I said that. That's what I said for big shout out to Ella G.
Yeah, somebody, I got a joint with LNG. And
Got-
the snow booms.
And you
yeah,
know what?
Oh my God.
We working on getting Ella on the show.
Hey,
but
man,
matter
that's
of
a
fact,
good guy, bro.
He just told me.
Suede cigarettes.
He just hit me yesterday. He was like, "Yo, just let him know." And,
Yeah, that's a good nigga right there, man.
I told him too. I want to be in the bodega selling the loosies.
I got a joint called Ebonics where I flipped the Big L Ebonics on all Baltimore slang. And I got the honey juice. I got the nut crap in there with the wild and yeah, check it out. All this shit is outside, bro. All this energy is there for you.
Yo, let me just say, like,
Say
I
that
got a lot.
Say that shit.
And and
Niggas need
I'm
to
just,
hear that shit.
I'm just, this is my introduction to you, man. But like, just seeing, like, your passion,
Yeah.
how you invest in yourself and
Yes.
your art, because
Yeah.
everybody, like,
Bro.
that's doing music
Uh-huh.
is not doing it to this. They don't invest in themselves in this way.
They want the crutch. They want they want the help. They think that, your listeners owe you something. Nigga,
Yeah.
don't nobody owe you shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? If you want it, you gotta invest the energy you put into your shit is what you're gonna take out of it.
Right.
So it's like it could just be me and my team, and niggas would be like, nah, what are they doing? Because they look busy, they look hungry.
They look
shit
serious.
sounds fire.
Yeah.
I want to know what's going on over there, and the passion speaks for itself. And it's like I don't have to get on platforms and just as long as every hand that my music gets into, it's like, nah, I'm checking you out. You know what I'm saying? And when I ask the higher power for people to listen, you know what I'm saying? Niggas just listen. So, that's more work that I gotta put.
Yeah,
And I
like-
love that because I love what I do.
I'm checking out the cover art,
Yeah.
the packaging,
Yeah.
the features.
Yeah.
You got Cool G Rap,
Let's talk about it.
Willie the Kid,
Let's talk about it.
Saigon,
Yeah.
what was it, AZ,
Yeah.
Styles P,
Have it.
AC.
Hey, stop playing with me.
yeah. So
Yeah, it's a lot going on,
man,
And
like you teach people. This is like basically a testament to the concept or the idea that you teach people how to treat you, the way that you present yourself.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? Like like this is official.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. Yeah, and that's the packaging, presentation, all that means something to me. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, you can't judge a book by its cover, but I know one thing, if I'm in the CD store, I'm gonna be like, what's that? What's the story behind this? You know what I mean? Like what made them come up with that? I wanna hear the soundtrack to this fly art. And wow, it just, you know what I'm saying? It does what it's supposed to do.
How long you've been making music?
I've been making music. Let me
Tell us about your journey.
clean that up, man. Like, as a kid, like I've been into the music all my life. But when I started taking it serious is when it started taking me serious. Like, freestyle, and I had my, the people that I would look up to, which is all rappers, you know what I'm saying? And the freestyle would turned into like, yo, nigga, right. And then, the whole era of I don't write, people it sound like it too. Like niggas was on they I don't write shit.
Yeah.
Then they go into the studio and it sound like we ain't write that shit. I felt like that was my advantage. If these niggas not writing, then I can say, Big L was a god to me.
Yeah.
The punchlines came off so effortlessly, and it's just like, damn, this is shit that I see every day. And these niggas in there mumbling. Nah, bro, we gonna take this shit serious. My punches is gonna come off, my timing is and it's gonna be impactful. You know what I'm saying? I want niggas to hear that, I'm passionate about what it is I do. So, I started taking it serious. And, we ran into the whole, it gotta be the jingle. It gotta be the hit. It gotta have a look. And then I'm like, you know what? I just took control. I just took the wheel and I said, well, look, check this out. If I'm not gonna make it on that side, fuck it, I'm gonna go out doing what it is I wanted to do. And that's when we started reaching out. I only wanted to run with, the MCs that I respected. So, I was just like, yo, fuck that shit. If I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna go out with a bang. And then it started transitioning, the radios and the labels. They started to learn, like, yo, we could do away with these labels. They're not really doing anything for us. It's the indie grind. But at that time, Jazzo, shout out to Jazzo. He was supposed to be my road manager. He was supposed to manage me. And he was just like, what you're chasing, like this isn't it. And he was like, like he wanted to be an artist too. And you know what I'm saying? I was like, all right, and it was like I say, I'm always almost there. So, I'm feeling like, damn, Jazzo, Jay-Z, J Royale, it's just all, it's coming together. And then, you know what I'm saying? He was like, yo, I'm gonna go off, do my own thing. And I understood. And then, I stuck with it. And that he's a real man. He came back and he was like, nah, bro, you was right. Like, you was right, bro. Like, yeah, man, it's not about that. It's about what you're doing. So, you know what I mean? Like, yo, hit me to what you. I'm like, damn, like, if only we could, you know what I'm saying? But, a lot of road bumps, but I'm passionate about it. And we just started taking off and the buzz started buzzing. The hate started happening. You know what I'm saying? And it was just like, it put the battery in my back to keep going. Cause it's like I say, man, as long as you in the nigga news, you're doing something right. So make sure that you're in the headlines of the nigga news. Make sure they hate something, they love something, and they talking about both. You know what I'm saying? So I just was like, all right, I'm gonna give these niggas what they want.
Yeah, as long as you're part of the conversation,
There you go.
then you're doing something
Exactly.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Holding space in their mind.
And mama, I made it. We on the B-side Bodega podcast, talking shit. Yeah, man, Coogee sweaters and Bo Jacksons and all that. I'm doing
I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, I
You just don't
appreciate you. It's hip
understand,
hop
man.
right there.
So look, now we got on the flip side, we got a female MC in the house.
Yes.
Right.
Our second female MC on the show, Lyfe, the Oracle.
Thank you for having me.
Life.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, we appreciate
Appreciate
you.
it.
What's
I
going on in
appreciate
your
you.
world? How you doing?
I'm all right. I'm hanging in there. Just living. You know how it is, ups and downs or whatever. Riding that roller coaster.
Yeah.
That's how it is
Yeah.
sometimes. So, but I'm all right. I'm blessed.
That's what's up.
I'm blessed.
What you got going on in your world? Like what you working on? What you have now? What you working on? What's coming in the future?
Tell the
What's in the
people what they
past?
need to do.
Tell me how you started.
All right, how it started. I started out with this EP called Crazy World, which that was my first time putting together something hip hop influences. I was singing prior to that.
Oh.
I was writing R&B. Having dreams of meeting D'Angelo someday. That was my dream. Okay, for real.
Or circle what? Around what year was this?
When I started out writing songs and little poetry and stuff, I was about 14, 15, young girl coming up. And, at those times, songs, I think D'Angelo, Erykah Badu was getting ready to come out. Lauryn Hill, of course, at that time. So,
Neo soul.
yeah, I was
Like
really
the
heavy on
90s.
the neo soul movement.
Like about 98, 99,
Yeah.
early 2000s.
Right about that time
Okay.
is when I really picked up a pen and started, writing songs and writing little raps. Wanted to be cool with the guys at the lunch table. So that's how it started for me, for real. I dropped Crazy World in 2020 though, because I became a mother in between that time. And that was it was a journey. What can I say? When you're a mom, you have to focus on your family then, and being a single mom, it made it difficult kind of to chase that dream monetarily and do things. But around 2020, I dropped Crazy World, which was a tribute to ODB, which was one of my greatest influences growing up because ODB was singing.
Yeah,
He's heavy in the soul.
Yeah.
So I really admire his style, and his claim there's no father to my style.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the way he would come off without a care, like that was him. So I dropped Crazy World, and I learned a lot through dropping that first project in 2020. Yeah, it taught me a lot.
That's what's up.
So yes.
Yeah, so what you working on currently?
Oh my goodness. Right now, I am about to drop like the accumulation of things that I have started in previous years, if you get my drift.
Okay.
Because to make an impact, like the brother Jay, he's got his things all lined up. He's got a clear idea of what he wants to do. And admittingly, at that time, I didn't. I was just kind of doing this here, doing that here. And so I've accumulated so much music over the years. I've worked with a plethora of different genres and artists of different genres. And I'm just grateful to say that the music is classic. So this year I have a ska project coming out, reggae ska. I have a song with a brother named General Pecos. He's an islander called I Could Change. I'm hype about that, but I'm still an MC, in the core of me. So this year I'm dropping this project. Can I get go to the camera? I'm dropping this, y'all. I'm dropping this joint right here. It's called Liberosis and the Symphony of Obscure Sorrows.
What's liberosis mean?
You
made that up, right?
I did not make this up.
Oh, really?
So lately, I don't know if you guys feel this way, but how I feel about AI, artificial intelligence, and social media and the way things are coming to you. I was scrolling, I was originally working on a project called Hunger Pains with a couple people from Baltimore, Pennsylvania, and I had a young man on my title cut for Hunger Pains who ended up, I think he's locked up right now, just to be raw and real. You know what I'm saying? So that brother, I hope he's okay. Philadelphia, Philly, stand up. I hope he's okay. Young man named Lyric. But when that happened, it was like, what do I do now? Because I can't locate him. And that happens with recordings. Sometimes the studio might shut down. You can't find the original producer. And so I just started getting blessings from the universe with other music, right? So I'm like, what am I going to do with these other songs that I'm starting to record? And I'm sitting there one day and I'm just in a mood and I'm scrolling and I saw the word liberosis. What does that mean? I click on it. It means the desire to live life in a way without so much care or concern. Let things go. Live things as if you're at play and verbatim, like you're bouncing a ball in the air. Like you're keeping it afloat. Liberosis, that's what that is. So I researched it a little more. It was an author who had a dictionary of things you can't describe. And that caught me. Like, Let me put it this way. So we all know what deja vu means, right? You know what deja vu means.
Right.
It's that thing, that feeling in you. But it's so many other feelings that sometimes you get caught. What am I feeling right now? I don't fucking know. But this word closely resonated with what I was desiring in my soul. Because I take everything serious. Everything is everything. Everything means something. What does this mean? I don't fucking know. So when I saw this word, I researched it, and I saw that this man came up with something called a dictionary of obscure sorrows. Deep to me.
Who's the, do you remember his name?
Not offhand. I'd have to look it up. I'm so, I apologize for not having that offhand, but I recommend that people do the research themselves. Don't take my word for it, but it did inspire me to see this word, and that this man was doing this work to describe human emotions and things that you feel that you can't readily put your finger on. And so that's where the concept for this came from. And the songs that were starting to come out and the beats that were coming out were boom bap beats, heavy, but they weren't so light. They weren't so shake your ass to this. It was more, okay, this is the journey of my life. This is where I've gone. I felt ups, highs, lows. How can I put this in words and be honest and true to myself? And that word popped out. So I'm grateful to that.
It's like you came across that word for a reason.
Yes,
It was
yes.
meant to.
That's why I say AI and artificial intelligence, and how seemingly things are tapped in right now in this era of time. Say you're thinking about something. You want to buy something. You want to purchase something. You go scrolling. What? I was just thinking about that. You know what I mean? So that's how it was with this word.
Algorithms, yeah. They
So
listen.
that's how it came together.
It's pretty dope.
I thought you might have merged two words, and created a new word.
Well, what I'm getting is that this
that's-
man who did it, it is a combination of some words, osis, or like when you have something, and liber, which is a Latin word, which I believe is to be free, or
like
liberation.
Yeah. Okay, you go. Yeah,
Liberation. So yeah, I want to be liberated. I want to get liberosis. Okay.
She gonna stand on it.
I want to know what that means. I want to, introduce something different. We also, in our music, they dumb everything down, so it's digestible. So I wanted to introduce something that maybe you have to figure it out. What does that mean?
So, when you say you don't want to have to explain it, do you want to leave it up to the interpretation of the consumer?
I don't necessarily, because I like talking. I'm feminine energy all the way. Like, I want to talk about, I want to let you know what's going on.
Okay.
I'm not, ambiguous in that nature.
Okay.
I want you to be clear on what's going on. So once you get the project, you understand the songs and why this title is the title. And I'm telling you now, so you can research it yourself as well.
Well, no, I want to hear the project.
Yeah, it sounded like with the project, you should have something like content, bringing them into like, this is the thought process around that, so niggas don't get it confused. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is the space I was in when I created, and this is like the museum. You know what I mean? The symphony of obscure sorrows. Like, not bring niggas into that. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I get it. Like, and it has a soundtrack to it. So either you're selling the word or the visuals or the music. So it's always like a triple threat. That's fire.
Definitely.
Super
Definitely.
When is it releasing?
I have released 2 singles from this project. Actually, released a song called Scrap Metal, which is heavy boom bap, very lyrical content in there. And the song One is one of the singles that it's actually getting me a couple checks here and there. I like those little checks when they hit your, account or whatever. So the song One was released this year, and just the message in it is to not dwell on the past, live it to the last, because you only get one life. So that video is also out there too. So, and this will be released on my daughter's birthday, which is June the 11th.
June 11th. Okay.
June the 11th, 2025. Be looking for this project. It's going to hit the streets.
Right before June.
And it's already done. It's complete.
It's complete. We're shooting a video this Wednesday for a song I got. It's an ode to Tina Turner.
Okay.
It's very Bardsy though, but I'm proud of that song. And me and my homegirls, we gonna get together and just shout out Tina Turner.
Well, look, when you're doing the video, if you need a Puerto Rican doing the Bodega selling I'm your man.
This is the Lucy, man.
I'm your man. Just let me know.
He gonna bring the cat to sleep on the bread too.
I love it.
Word. Okay, so yeah.
I got one more question for you, and then we can go into the retro review. This is for both y'all.
Shoot.
How do you promote your music? Like, what do you do to get it out there and to perpetuate the consumption of it by the public?
Good question. Yeah.
Well, for myself, because Jay seems to be a professional over here, but me, it's trial and error for real. What works? Figuring out what works, because we're in a different era. I grew up in a certain time period where there was a lot of A&Rs, people promoting your stuff for you, and now learning how to utilize social media and pay for promotion here and there, word of mouth, doing shows local and in other places, how I'm getting, anybody to know who I am, pushing my merch when I go to shows and things like that. That's how I do it. I take advantage of platforms like just Spotify. They have links where you can promote that to people, mailing lists, and Instagram. Ooh, I said it all ghetto. Instagram. Y'all know what I'm saying.
Which one do you feel is working the best for you?
For me, it's pretty much Instagram and local shows.
Okay.
And when I'm in, I've opened up for major artists in the past. So opening up for them, like I've opened up for Onyx, opened up for Benny the Butcher, and being there and just being with the crowd and being where the people are. That's pretty much how I'm getting that out there.
And it's working. It's working because before I even knew who you were, before we even met, way before all of that, I saw PD Crack he was giving you love. I might have been on something that you had posted, and this was on IG, and I was like, "Are you from Philly, or are you?"
I love Philly. Let me put it that way. I love Philly because I feel like Philly, and this could be disputed, I don't care, but it, to me, is one of the birthplaces of soul. Aside from Detroit, Chicago, Motown, and that movement, there are a lot of soul artists in Philly that have come out of Philly, including Patti LaBelle, people like that I admire. As a child, I grew up in Harrisburg, and I also grew up in Philadelphia, New Jersey, and New York. So I have spent time in Philly, and I get to brush shoulders at times with artists. You could see me at some of the rap battles. You know what I mean? I'm standing right there next to a Wild or Gilly the Kid. At the time, Gilly the Kid, Gilly the King now. But you can pull up some stuff where I support that movement, that battle rap movement, and enjoy that essence because, yes,
You always gave me Philly vibes.
Germantown.
Yeah.
Germantown.
And that's a good
county
thing.
girl.
Yeah. Because
Roxbury. I think they don't consider that Philly, but it is.
Yeah, no, you always gave me that because to me, Philly represents organic. Whether, like you said, soul music, hip hop,
Yes.
You know, the Philly got its own like
It has its own thing.
flavor. Yeah.
And you don't have to be a battle rapper.
Right.
I was never into that. I was more into unification of black people, colored people, all people in general. So I wasn't so much into the battle rap thing for myself, but I enjoy frequenting those places and those kind of vibrations because they inspire me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's what's
I
up.
was born in Jersey though. Just
All right,
for
big
the
up to
record.
Jersey.
I'm a Jersey girl. All right.
All right, so what we're gonna do right now, right?
Hold
We're
on,
going.
man. How do you promote yourself?
Oh, my bad. Yeah.
I mean, personally, I feel like good dope sells itself. So I just try to, I try to pull all I can into, like we were saying, the packaging, getting outside and really just, word of mouth. I like to get, the streets input, and it's knowing who to give shit to and who to sell shit to. You know what I'm saying? And there are entities and people that you're supposed to. It's like shopping a demo. I feel like getting my music is like shopping a demo in the 80s or the 90s when hip hop was raw. So it's just like I'm moving around, handing my shit off to the static selectors, the havocs if I work with them, management, and different people who are the higher ups, so to speak. And you know what I'm saying? I just feel like moving around and staying in the streets and staying relevant, it's promote my good dope, you know what I'm saying? It's not, of course, Instagram and social media platforms, it's very dope ways to manipulate that and create your reels and just build your audience like that. I feel like in this world of where it's all cable TV and our social media platforms are our channels. I'm a channel, so it's up to you to be Cinemax, Showtime, HBO, pay-per-view. And man, and it's like with my channel, if you want to watch, I want to give niggas something to watch. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, good dope sells itself. It's all in what you apply to your dope. You know what I'm saying? You got, recreate your dope. So,
Got you.
Yes.
A dope MC is a dope MC.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
that's one.
since
Yeah, what's up?
yeah.
Yes.
With or without a record deal, all can see.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay,
You know
so
what I'm saying?
since I want to give both of y'all opportunity to plug whatever you want to plug before we jump into this retro review, and I'll let you go first. Right?
All right, so I'd like everybody to follow me at the Femc Life on Instagram. I would prefer that. You can also visit www.thefemclife.com on my website. You can follow me if you choose to. I don't like throwing out my government, but you can follow me on Facebook at L and Stevenson. That's kind of intimate if you follow me there, but you could do that. So, but Liberosis, be checking for that. I have several projects that are streaming now. You got to type in Life the Oracle as one word. Life the Oracle, aka the Femc Life. So be checking for Liberosis and the Symphony of Obscure Sorrows, June 11th. All right?
And on the flip side, you know what I'm saying, if you fucking with J Royale and the music, Spotify, YouTube, anywhere you can find music is J Royale, all one word, JAYROYALE. You know what I'm saying? All my albums up on Spotify. All of the dope videos that coincide with them on YouTube. And if you like what you hear, follow me for updates on music drops, secret drops. We got a few of them. It's about to happen EP-wise. And you might see one of your favorite rappers, playing chess with the kid. You know what I'm saying? On a dope track, Benny the Butcher, G-Rap, AZ, Conway the Machine, you name it. You know what I'm saying? You name them, we probably, had that sit down and did some dope shit. So follow, you know what I mean? Follow the music, follow the movement, and East Baltimore is in the building. Yeah, that's how we gonna do that. Yeah.
I salute that, man. And once again, thank you for just blessing us with your presence and being able to share your journey.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying?
It's not over. It's not over. It's far from over. You know what I mean?
It's only the beginning.
It's just when we cross paths, you know what I mean? And now, hey, we go hard now.
This is what we do. So
Let's
I'm
talk about
familiar. We got a segment called the Retro Review. So basically what we do with that is we spin the block, go back in time, and just review an album. Sometimes it's classic, sometimes it's not. We give our thoughts.
Yeah.
Sometimes these albums are way overrated, and sometimes they're not. So this week, we're going to take it back to one of the GOATs. Rest in peace, Frank White, the Desperado.
Yeah, my God. Yeah.
We're going to review the one that started it all, Ready to Die.
Let's go.
So, Rufio, where you at with it?
Man, it's a chopped cheese for me, bro.
Oh, you said chopped cheese. They don't know about
Yeah,
chopped cheese
yeah,
yet.
chopped cheese.
No, the way, listen. I see you like food, cause wait. I know about chopped cheese.
I know about some chopped.
All right, look, this is how we do, right?
It's Bodega shit for real.
No, this is Bodega for real. So if it's a dope album,
Yeah.
it's a chopped cheese.
Let's go. Okay.
If
Yeah.
it's trash,
Uh,
it's the cat sleeping on the loaf of bread.
okay.
And anything in between there, you might could throw in a quart of water, a bag of Utz, sunflower seeds. You know what I'm saying? But
I'm from B-more, so it's like the equivalent of chopped cheese would be like, this is a crab cake. You know what I mean? All 4 ways of fries.
Hey, listen,
You know what I mean? With
get in where you
some kind of
fit in.
ketchup. You
Get
know
in where you
what
fit in.
I mean? There we go. It's the
so
chicken
go ahead, Rufio.
It's the chicken box with the extra wing in there to get fried on.
Yeah, Ready to Die, I give it a chopped cheese.
Yeah, gotcha.
All right, well. I mean, I need more than that. What made it a chopped cheese?
Yo, the lyrics, the
course.
production,
Let's go.
the performance,
Let's go.
like the tone of Big's voice. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah, like you ever listen to, I mean, of course you listen to it, but Big Papa, like, and read the lyrics while you listening to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yo was exceptional, yo.
Yeah. Yes.
You know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
Frank
So,
White, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a classic
Out the
album.
Hitchcock shit.
So it's a classic album. You call it a chopped cheese, right? Was there anything on that album that you didn't like?
Not that I can think of.
So you liked every song?
I didn't hate nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Let's keep it a buck, though. All right.
Let's keep it a buck.
Let's keep it a fucking buck.
Let's
All
keep
right.
it sunflower seed and
Now,
quarter.
it definitely wasn't chopped cheese. It was full wings and fries, my nigga. It was. With the season salt and all that shit.
Yeah.
Biggie had some controversial lyrics. You know what I mean? As time progressed, Biggie had some shit when bigging up when I love my women. I love my flight. But Biggie had a way of describing liking a woman sometimes, and it was like, whoa, big, big, yeah, it looked so good on something. Yeah.
Okay, so if you say that,
But not to take nothing away from a classic body of work, because with Ready to Die, not only did you have radio hits, but you had the street bangers that had niggas going crazy morning. You know what I'm saying? Shit that was radio friendly.
Yeah.
And Bad Boy was an era. But with this Biggie shit,
Crazy.
they showed us that we can appease to the radio and the streets. And Biggie was a genius with that, bro.
Yeah.
And working those records, Ready to Die, like we was talking about that okay, it dropped in 94. Now think about how old you was in 94. But think about how impactful that album was that carried you years after it dropped.
Yeah.
That impact of that album, like how long was it before it even dropped? the next joint, you know what I mean? The Life After Death. It was mad long. Cause he had a double joint.
With 3 years?
3 years, to think about that, bro. Like 3 years, a joint just, it's hit after hit after, and then it's like it shaped the bad boy era. And I'm talking from the hits to the R&B, the thugged out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What was your
Hey.
one of your top standout joints on that album?
The what? Cause I was a Wu-Tang nigga. I was a Wu-Tang fanatic, and then it's like, yo, Meth is on, and not only was he on there, but them niggas is going back and forth, like super grimy shit. Like niggas is riding around playing the radio. Yo, cut the that man. Fuck the world, don't ask me for shit. And that was like the mantra. Niggas like, you mean what?
Yeah.
You heard me? What the fuck?
My shit was Give Me the Loot.
Yeah,
Give me the loot. Give me the
Right.
loot. And they sample Sticky Fingers on that joint. What's mine is mine. Yours is mine. Yeah.
And even then on the flip side of that, it's like, even though Big had the rugged shit, it was like that presented the Champagne era, because you had Jay with the Cristal, but then you had Diddy with the, you can be with my friend, be with your friend, they had the dog P, jacuzzis and shit. Niggas can say what they want about them niggas, but nah, yo, that shit had us in the chokehold.
And you know how you also know? Because you could be anywhere doing whatever, and you hear a song like that, like one of his songs off that album come on, you gonna turn that up. You gonna catch your attention. Your antennas gonna go up.
He said he got techniques dripping out his butt cheeks, so he got to sit
On
on
my
his
stomach, so I don't fuck up my cheeks. How long ago was that? That was 32 years, and we can still recall it that way.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? It's like, Biggie, the climate of the streets was kind of like, that was our spokesman for the East Coast, for, to a certain extent, because they had radio. I mean, we had the Mobb Deeps, and we had the street niggas, you know what I'm saying? But like New York had, Biggie, Mobb, Nas, and like with the radio play, shout out to Diddy, because he worked the remix. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Biggie, Craig Mack was in remixes, all crazy. And it's like, if we really thinking about it, that's what made this album such an impact. Because it's like, nah, bro, whatever you look at that has to do with hip hop, you're gonna see one of our artists involved. You know what I'm saying? The Craig Mack, Flavor in here, remix, Biggie's in there. Total. Biggie got a verse, so then it's like, nah, we gonna sell it to you, then we gonna remix it, we gonna re-rock our work. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, shout out to Biggie. Shout out to that. Yeah.
So I'll tell you what, we really gotta shut it down. But I'm gonna give my quick synopsis, right?
Talk your shit.
I like it, of course.
You got the Biggie Coogee noise. This the final thought.
On purpose. This wasn't an accident. This wasn't an accident.
George the Underground. Let's not forget that sample. Yeah, George the Underground.
Well, all right, just to speed it up real quick. All right, so, of course, chop cheese.
Yeah.
Chop cheese.
Definitely.
But things gonna change. It was to me. Well, but when I say that, I'm not saying nothing lyrics. I'm just talking maybe just the overall track.
Fact.
So Give Me the Loot, banger.
Banger.
Warning, of course, banger.
Banger.
Who shot you?
Yeah, let's go.
Bruh, I could tell you where I was
Yeah.
when I first heard that.
Yeah.
I was on 125th and Adam Clayton Powell, and this was the day that they was having that big concert in front of the State Building with the Fugees, Biggie,
Crazy.
like everybody who was big.
Crazy.
It was a free concert in Harlem.
God.
And we walking, we shut down the barbershop.
Freeze was on.
Bro, we shut down the barbershop at 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
My daughter was like 2 years old. I had her on my shoulder, and we was walking up Harlem. That's when the Africans were selling the mixtapes on the corner.
Ding, ding, ding.
What?
God.
I was like, yo, what is that?
Yeah, chill blunt shit.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like that's how his like I feel like that whole album pretty much bragging like that. Even though you said that you don't really you really feel that way about things that change. If I hear that, yo, I'm not turning it off.
I feel like every song was a page of that story. It was like a chapter of that book. He was like, I'm ready to die from my chapter to what I'm like now.
Shasha was the first, maybe one of the first unofficial, like, diss songs.
But they said it wasn't.
It wasn't supposed to be about Pac though.
Yeah, they said it wasn't.
That's
It's
what
just
I'm saying.
the timing of it.
Right.
It was like,
Right.
Shasha?
it was the clap back. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah.
Even if it wasn't a diss song, it would have been the perfect.
And they had the
Yeah,
remix.
but Biggie had that genius where to the world it wasn't a diss joint, but he had the genius pen that he would say little shit to motherfuckers, and it would come out like, yo, this is a hit. I'm grooving to this, but no, whole time. You know what I mean? And if she had twins, she probably had two pops.
Come on, y'all.
Well, that was blatant.
But having the genius pen to really slip that in, pause, you know what I'm saying, and get his shit off, it's like, I see what you did there, big. I see what you did there, big.
Sometimes
He was a genius with that, bro.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, you gotta love it.
You know, that's it. And just a quick tidbit. So that was produced by Nasheem Merritt, from what I understand. That's the first song he ever produced. I
Wow.
just learned that. I learned
Wow.
that today. First joint he ever produced.
Man.
Joint hard.
Do you know anything else that he did?
He did.
I know we gotta be quick though. We got 15 minutes. Not even.
Because we still got it.
South though, man. My man Buck Wild worked with Big, and I also work with Buck on a joint, and he's my Piscean brother, you know what I'm saying?
I'm ready to get make that plug.
Yo,
I remember Buck Wild when he was a mixtape DJ.
son, Buck is in videos of mine. Buck is my guy, bro. Like, yeah, big Buck,
Yeah.
The niggas still talking about
Yeah.
your Buck. Yeah, they would love your Buck. Wow.
Yeah, hey Buck, I remember when you was a mixtape DJ.
Man,
But listen, family, we could go on and on because that's what Dope
you
Vibes
love it.
produce.
You love it. You
You know
love
what I'm
it.
saying?
You love it.
Thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Bless
Thank
your
you,
heart.
Life.
Yes, I still want to talk about dreams though.
Yeah, No, I tell you what we could do.
The R&B.
We gonna circle
He said
back.
a lot in that joint.
So we're going to circle back.
We gonna circle back
Hey,
because
Gucci's Harry. I'm sorry. All right.
there's so much that we weren't able to
Is that
cover.
the time of pause? You not say pause?
Nah, she ain't got shit. Leave that shit. Let that rock.
The snappy nappy dog. The snappy nappy dog.
That's my favorite kind of feature.
Hey,
Leave the toxin on it. Leave the toxins on it.
yeah. But look, thank
This
y'all.
somewhere else.
Thank y'all so much once again. I couldn't thank you guys enough. And with all great guests, we are definitely gonna want to have you guys back in the future.
Hey, man, I'm always
You family, B-Side Bodega family.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You shooting a music video, just call me. I'm gonna be in the bodega with the Lucy's.
Thank
Holla
you.
at me.
Puerto Ricans
Thank you. I
with
sure
the
will.
Lucy.
Hey, this Wednesday, I'm shooting that Tina Turner joint, so
Hey,
just saying.
I'll sell Tina Turner and Lucy.
Yeah, we gotta get the street team. We gotta get the street team out. The street team. You know what I mean?
But yo, thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Bless
My
you.
man Rufio. And this is the B-Side Bodega. We do it like no one else. You know what I'm saying?
Look out. Criminal Bishop
Check out
Boys.
the merch, hit
Life
them
the
up,
Law. Check
and
out
check out the links.
the B-Side Bodega, Black History. It's been made. Let's go.
That's a wrap.
Styles P, what up? Royale. Lately I got a dark demeanor, high in heat and seats of Porsches and Beamers. Ain't talking but it's deeper than courts and subpoenas. I'm ace at the cleaners, fantasize of popping quarts of the painter. And split cigars under stars in Argentina. I've been acclimated since back when beefers was activated. Think it's imperative I paraphrase it. Peep the consistency, had a loyal team that assisted me. Pitching was making sufficient chips out in efficiency. Swear I'm a Vic away from throwing all this shit away. Everybody say they the shooter till bullets ricochet. The shot he ripped through his body, did him the Ricky way. They furious about dope boy. You already know, boy, be flipping packs. where niggas beat you in triple stacks. What is it really if it isn't that? Shit you can play bent. Made 20,000 and I ain't played since. And still be late with Section 8 rent. What's the distress signal? When this niggas ready to stretch pistols and you got it tucked in your testicles. Listen, it's insane. You was making friends when the ends came. I since changed when I caught a glimpse of the diss thing. You can keep the Jeep with the Benz range. It's time to switch lanes. I'm just plotting the end game. Nigga.
These evil streets will meet you halfway and eat you. From the street, cousin, you know the drill. These evil streets will meet you halfway and eat you. Trying to survive the league. From the street, cousin, you know the drill.
Like calisthenics, he got a lot of sets. Get shot out of breath, right with them Prada steps. Rather give you some game, homie, to get a lot of checks. Cause if you mobbing my nigga, you know you gotta rep. Can't rap, bitch ass nigga, get you a 10 pack. Send them a letter, envelope filled up with anthrax. I'm telling the homies they gotta grind. I'm telling the homies they gotta shine. Take out your time, figure out what's on your mind. If hindsight is foresight, why do you need a line? Yeah. And what is your end game? A couple niggas hoop, some got them a pen game. Still end up in the pen, yeah fuck it, we insane. Dior buckets up in the Porsche, thin chain. Nice sweatsuit, my niggas some thin frames. All my niggas winning, of course, is my end game. Ghosts, of course. Ray Sosa, Ghosts.
Oh yeah.
You know what it is. Pay attention.
These evil streets will meet you halfway and